Happy Friday. It is fall. It is the weekend. Let's see here. Okay, great. All right. Welcome to my 30-day self-care challenge. Today is day 23. Today's self-care tip is to give yourself a high five. How many of you have never heard of that before? It may sound crazy. It may sound weird. It may sound strange. Whatever word you want to put there. But it actually is very effective and very beneficial. So here are some benefits. Here are some reasons why you should give yourself a high five. So one is that it is proven that high fives are more motivating for some people, I'll say, because it's not always an absolute, but for some people and for maybe most people, a high five is more motivating than verbal praise. So if you're looking to motivate yourself, get yourself going, of course, there's plenty of other things for you to incorporate as well. But one of the most motivating things is a simple task of giving yourself a high five. A reason why is because it has been programmed into us over the years, over hundreds of thousands of years, as a culture, as a society, as the world, that high fives are a positive thing. There's nothing negative about a high five. Now, somebody can try to use it in a negative way, but generally speaking, when you get a high five, when you think of a high five, it's always something positive connected to it. What it says, not verbally, obviously, but what a high five says to you is that I believe in you, I see you, and you got this. So this came from author Mel Robbins, Mel with one L, Robbins, Robbins. She wrote this book called The High Five Habit. It's called The High Five Habit, Taking Control of Your Life with One Simple Habit. And so I've used it myself as well, and it is very effective. I really enjoy doing it, and I want to get back to doing it more frequently. Another reason why, or another benefit to it, is that it can rewire how you think about yourself. So it helps you to develop this new habit of thinking about yourself in a more positive way. Remember the high five, it says, I believe in you, I see you, and you got this. How often have you heard those words? And maybe you have a good circle of people around you, coworkers, friends, family members, and maybe you get that encouragement on a regular basis. But I'm assuming that the majority of us do not, especially those that are working from home. We don't have those coworkers or that boss necessarily to give us that encouragement. And so we tend to have some form of negative thinking or feeling about ourselves, even if it's just one thing or something small. We may not even be fully aware of it, but there usually is something negative, unless we've worked through it, something negative that we feel or think about ourselves. Excuse me. And remember, if you watched any of my previous videos, or if you are a fan of Caroline Leaf, who was a psychologist, a Christian psychologist, I shared with you things that I've learned from Caroline Leaf and from what I've learned myself as a licensed clinical mental health counselor, which is that the brain is malleable, which means it can change. It can physically change. And with those physical changes comes a change in the way we think and feel about ourselves, others, and the world around us. So it helps you to find the courage and the confidence to motivate yourself, to celebrate yourself. And I don't know if we do that as often as we need to, is to celebrate ourselves, to celebrate our wins, our successes, our achievements, to say, I did that. It's kind of a pat on the back, but giving yourself a high five instead. It empowers you where you can empower yourself wherever you are with a high five. And I'll share with you how to do that. Force on the planet. And that's what a high five does for us. So here's some tips on how you can do it. You may have to, if you find yourself kind of resisting this, like, no, I'm not doing that. You don't have to. How about we start there? You don't have to. But if you want to dig more into, why am I fighting a high five? Why do I find that so challenging, or weird or whatever? You're thinking and feeling about the high five, because it may be bringing up some negative emotions and beliefs that you have, such as regret, judgment, shame, insecurity, and beliefs that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy, or that you haven't done anything to be celebrated. If you do the work, dig into that, and notice that those are the things that are coming up, then I encourage you to find ways to deal with that. So to journal, to figure out where those feelings come from, where those beliefs come from. Talk to a friend, and if you feel like you need additional support, you're really struggling